Good morning, children. In last video, we already discussed the active transport and the structure of root hair and root. Now, we are going to start the upward conduction of water through xylem and the transpiration also discussed. The xylem, we know the xylem are the water conducting tissue. They conduct water, and the phloem is food conducting tissues in the plants. The xylem is found in the center of the stem or plant body, and the phloem is found towards the periphery. For example, in this pen, the refill denotes the xylem, and the hollow space inside the body is phloem. As I shown in this chalk, the center, the xylem is there, but I remove the phloem from the chalk. That is, the phloem is outside and the center in the middle is the xylem location. So how we show the conduction of water through the xylem? The diagram is given in the book. I have drawn here. In this diagram, the xylem is there like this chalk, but I remove the phloem. Phloem is removed, the xylem is removed. Phloem is removed, the xylem is there. The center part in this chalk is intact. We keep the twig. Take the twig of the plant and keep in water. Here the water is there. The root absorbs the water. It is conducted through the xylem. When the water reaches the leaf, they become turgid. Turgid means they remain tight or stretched. They tight or stretch. But we remove the phloem. When we remove the phloem, here I remove the xylem. When I remove the xylem, water is not conducted upward direction. When no water in the leaf, no water reach the leaf, they wilt, they droop down. So when they droop down means reason the water conducting tissues are not there. Water conducting tissues are not there. Water is not reach the leaf, so they wilt. So these two experiments show the conduction of water through the xylem in the plant. Now we discuss the next process in the plant, transpiration. The transpiration that is we provide the water, irrigate the plant in the morning and in the evening during the hot dry day or in the summer. So where the water is gone? It gone into the atmosphere in the form of water vapor. So loss of water in the form of water vapor. In the form of water vapor from the aerial part. Aerial part, the part of the plant above the soil. Aerial part of the plant is called transpiration. So what points we have to keep in the mind? First, the water vapor, loss of water vapor from the aerial part, the part above the ground, above the soil. So when we irrigate the plant, when we provide the water to the plant, it is lost in the atmosphere. So this process is transpiration. Transpiration when for example, this is the plant. Here the leaves are there, the roots are there, the root absorb water, it is carried to the upward direction, lost from the leaf. When the water lost from the leaves, the force is created, like the cold drink when we suck from the bottle. The cold drink we suck, the more cold drink from the upward it move. When the transpiration takes place, the more water is carried to the upward direction. So the factors affecting the transpiration, the factors responsible for the transpiration. Number 1, soil temperature. The first factor for the transpiration, responsible for the transpiration, is soil temperature. As we know, the optimum temperature, the suitable temperature is 20 degrees Celsius to 30 degrees Celsius is best for the growth of the plant. This is called optimum temperature. Any increase or decrease of temperature, increase the above 30, decrease below 20, it inhibits the absorption of water, है ना, means the water absorption decrease. When decrease below 20 or above 30. First factor. The second factor is soil concentration of the soil, concentration of the soil solution. Soil solution, the outside the soil is more concentrated or dilute. As we know, the cell sap means the fluid inside the cell sap, the fluid in plant cell in the vacuole. If the cell sap is concentrated, concentrate means more solute in it. If the more solute in the cell sap, in the plant cell, the water absorb more. But low concentration inside the root hair, inside the cell sap is low concentration, means dilute. The water absorption inhibit water absorption, or water absorption is less if the cell sap is dilute, है ना. So the concentration of the soil solution, and the first one is soil temperature. Number 3 is aeration of soil. Aeration of the soil, amount of air in the soil. As when we have the plant in the house or in the garden, time to time we aerate them, time to time we plow them. So if the air is well aerated, more air in the soil, the absorption of water is more. Absorption of water from the soil is more. So these two factors, soil temperature, concentration of the soil, aeration of soil, good aeration, good air, amount of air is there, more water absorption. Cell sap concentrated, more absorption of water. Optimum temperature, more absorption of water in the plant. Next, the factors affecting, these factors for the more factors affecting absorption of water or water absorption, है ना. These are the factors affecting photosynthesis, affecting transpiration. In what condition transpiration is more or less? So, the factors affecting transpiration, number 1, temperature. The temperature in hot, dry, in the summer, hot, dry temperature is there, high temperature is there, transpiration more. Transpiration more in temperature is high. है ना, more temperature, or simply we can say more temperature, more transpiration. And number 2, wind velocity. When the wind velocity is fast, when wind velocity is more, the transpiration is also more, also increases. Number 3, availability of soil water. If the soil water is more, this will be more or fast or more. The soil water is more amount of water in the soil, then the transpiration rate is also increases. Next, the sunlight. The sunlight is more, strong sunlight in the daytime, in the noon time, sunlight is more, the transpiration is also increases. But if the relative humidity, if the humidity is more, the transpiration is decreased. They are directly proportional to the transpiration. Temperature, wind, soil, water, sunlight, they increases, transpiration rate it increases. If the humidity increases in the rainy season, during the humid environment, the transpiration rate is decreased. Now we discuss the importance of transpiration. The transpiration, as I told, the transpiration define the loss of water from the aerial parts of the plant. So the where the plants are there, the air is cool. So the importance of transpiration. Importance of transpiration. If we sit in the shade of the trees, we feel cool. So the first process, the first importance is cooling effect. Cooling effect, because the water is lost in the form of water vapor. Water vapor, it means the heat is losing from there. So when the heat is lost, the latent heat is lost, convert the water into water vapor, we feel cool. And the second, when the transpiration is from the leaves, the more water is taken upward and more water is taken from the soil. So with the soil, the minerals are also absorbed in the plant. So along with the water, when the transpiration is there, intake of mineral is also there. Intake of minerals are also there. More the transpiration, more the absorption of minerals from the soil. So the minerals are absorbed along with the water. And water is absorbed due to the transpiration. The cold drink we suck, more the cold drink goes upward. And the third importance is the excess water is lost through the transpiration. So elimination, loss, elimination of excess water. If the more water in the plant, it is lost by transpiration. So these are the three importance in the transpiration, importance of transpiration. Next topic, the last topic, importance of mineral salts we discussed. The minerals that are micro or macronutrients and their necessity, their importance, function, deficiency. Thank you.